Welcome back to Football Daily, where we're looking at the 10 smartest transfers that have already been completed ahead of next season. Let's go. 10. Fran Garciá to Real Madrid. Real Madrid have already completed some massive business, and that's before their inevitable pursuit of Kylian Mbappe kicks in. Whatever happens, the €5 million pickup of Fran Garciá could get lost within the madness. But make no mistake, this is an excellent purchase by Madrid in a position where they were desperate for cover. The left back was a major part of a Rayo Vallecano side that have shone under new Bournemouth boss Andoni Iraola. Rayo finished just 4 points off the European spots in La Liga last term, beating Barcelona and Real Madrid, with Garciá playing the most minutes in their squad. He also matched 5 goal involvements and a massive 5 progressive carries per 90, with some of Spain's best tackle and block numbers too, earning a call-up to the national team. It gives Madrid another talented natural left-back who can complement Vini Jr. in attack and defend in equal measure, while allowing Eduardo Camavinga to return to midfield. Garciá has plenty of time to mature too at 23 years old. The Spaniard already knows Los Blancos inside out, having emerged from the club's academy, so for €5 million, what more can you want? 9. Houssem Aouar to Roma. For the second year running, Roma are back in the free agent market, and they deserve credit for locking down Houssem Aouar early doors, with the midfielder finally departing his boyhood side Lyon after 13 years. Truth be told, for all his hype, Aouar's stock has never been lower. Last season in Ligue 1, he only started 6 games and was left on the bench 10 times, contributing to a return of just 1 goal and 1 assist, which unsurprisingly is his worst return in a Lyon shirt. But context is key. The 24-year-old had pushed hard for a move last summer, with Nottingham Forest and Leicester City all said to be interested. But nothing materialised, and it led to Aouar being frozen out of the Lyon squad, an experience he described as difficult. This clearly hindered his performances, and it's important to remember that he hit double figures for goal involvements in 4 of his 5 previous seasons in France, while he still ranks among the top 1% in his position for blocks, tackles and passes attempted. If this is the version that arrives in Rome, then the Giallorossi will have a very tidy player on their hands. 8. Alexis Mac Allister to Liverpool. It was no secret that Alexis Mac Allister would move on from Brighton. The Argentina international exploded last season, anchoring his nation to World Cup glory before helping guide the Seagulls into Europe for the very first time. Mac Allister's qualities are clear to see too. With a pass accuracy of over 87%, he's incredibly tidy in possession. He's also excellent at breaking the lines with over 2 progressive carries per 90 and is a dead ball specialist, scoring all 6 of his penalties last term, along with a stunning free kick against Leicester. He looks exactly like the type of midfielder Liverpool have enjoyed in the era of Jurgen Klopp, capable of providing plenty of energy and working the ball into the forward line. It's no surprise then that the Reds have secured his signature, bringing the 24-year-old to Anfield. What is surprising though is how little he cost. At a starting fee of £35 million, Mac Allister represents excellent value in the current market, and gives Liverpool more scope to go out and sign more stars. The Reds desperately needed an overhaul this summer, and Mac Allister is the perfect place to start. 7. Ramy Bensebaini to Borussia Dortmund. Surprise, surprise, Bayern Munich have signed one of Borussia Dortmund's best talents, this time plundering Rafael Guerreiro. Fortunately, BVB were prepared, as even before the Portuguese international said his goodbyes, it was confirmed that Borussia Mönchengladbach's Ramy Bensebaini was joining. Now, replacing Guerreiro is never going to be easy. He operates more as a left winger than a fullback, resulting in a stunning 4 goals and 12 assists last season, plus a monstrous 4.5 crosses per 90. For Gladbach, Bensebaini did score 6, but only managed 1 assist, with his creative numbers a shadow of Guerreiro's. However, the Algerian was more fixed firmly in defence and played at centre-half too. It means his overall defensive actions per 90 dwarf his Portuguese counterparts, particularly in the air where he is a force. Adding more protection to the backline is no bad idea for Dortmund, while it's not like Bensebaini isn't effective going forward, having chalked up 24 goal involvements in his last 4 Bundesliga seasons. This is the side of Bensebaini's game we could see more next term, and considering he costs nothing, they can hardly go wrong with this deal. 6. Jefferson Lerma to Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace should be quietly delighted at the capture of Jefferson Lerma on a free transfer from Bournemouth. With Luka Milivojevic and James McArthur out of contract, the Eagles needed another body in midfield to complement the promising shape Doucouré. At 28 years old and flush with plenty of top-flight experience, Lerma perfectly fills that void without breaking the bank. Still Bournemouth's record signing 6 years on from costing €30 million from Levante, Lerma is a physical presence between the lines. In a Cherry side starved of possession, the Colombian international produced some excellent defensive numbers last term, putting up over 4 clearances and aerial wins a game, plus a solid 3 tackles and interceptions. But that's not to say Lerma's game is limited to throwing himself about. He scored 5 times too, all with his feet from open play, and back in 2021-22, he was one of the most progressive midfielders in the championship with his passing and ball carrying, proof that he can be deployed further forward if required. A reliable and versatile midfielder, whoever is managing Palace next will be thankful for Lerma's arrival. 5. Mahmoud Dahoud to Brighton. To Brighton's credit, they have responded to interest in their star players by signing not just João Pedro and James Milner, but Mahmoud Dahoud, one of the most talented midfielders in the Bundesliga. On the books of Borussia Dortmund for 6 years straight, Dahoud is a Syrian-born German international with close to 200 top-flight appearances under his belt. He is an incredibly versatile player too, having built a reputation as an attacking number 8 in his early days with Borussia Mönchengladbach before morphing into a more defensive operator at the Signal Iduna Park. Throughout his career, he averages close to 3.5 tackles and interceptions per 90, while he's an excellent passer and dribbler, capable of breaking the lines and creating opportunities for his teammates. The only concern around Dahoud is his injury record. He rarely goes a campaign without some kind of issue and missed 24 games over the last 2 seasons with shoulder problems alone. That said, he was a free transfer and at 27 should be entering his prime. It means keep Dahoud fit and Brighton will have a stunning midfielder on their hands. 4. Benjamin Šeško to RB Leipzig. With Nkunku and Lima gone and interest soaring in Gvardiol and Szoboszlai, RB Leipzig fans are bracing for another tedious summer of departures. But one positive they should cling to is the signing of the hugely talented Benjamin Šeško. Arriving from Red Bull Salzburg, Šeško has been busy tearing up the Austrian domestic game. In 2020-21, the forward scored 21 times in 29 appearances on loan at FC Liefering in the second division, then finished his first full campaign for Salzburg with 11 goals a year later. This is when RB Leipzig swooped to sign him, paying around €24 million for the teenager. And they'll be pleased to see the Slovenian stepped up with another 18 goals last term as Salzburg won their 10th straight Austrian Bundesliga title. A beast at 6'5", the 20-year-old showreel is littered with stunning finishes, not at least a Van Basten-esque volley for Slovenia against Sweden in the Nations League. That is one of 6 goals for his country so far, having claimed the title of the youngest scorer in their history. Put simply, Šeško is ready to explode, and as we all know, RB Leipzig is the perfect place to do it. 3. Youri Tielemans to Aston Villa. Youri Tielemans was never going to be joining Leicester City in the Championship. Over the years, the Belgian has attracted interest from a host of European giants, and with his contract up at the King Power, he had free rein to choose his next destination. Roma, Juventus and Liverpool were reportedly circling, yet almost from nowhere, Aston Villa has emerged as Tielemans' new home. It's a surprising move, however, Villa are a team heading in the right direction under Unai Emery, and will have European football to look forward to in 2023-24. It's a good time to be a villain, and Tielemans desperately needs a positive change after a horrendous finish at Leicester. The Fox's issues clearly seeped into his performances with just 3 goals and 2 assists in the league last term, but at his best, the former Monaco man is arguably a £50 million midfielder thanks to his strong defensive ethic, ability to pick a pass and eye for the spectacular. That said, he is a brilliant free signing for the Birmingham outfit and an indication of who they can attract with Emery at the helm. 2. Orkun Kökçü to Benfica. It may have taken 6 months, but in Orkun Kökçü, Benfica may have found the perfect replacement for Enzo Fernandez. In truth, it's surprising that the Portuguese giants have won the race for Kökçü given his exploits for Feyenoord last season. The Dutch-born Turkish international captained his boyhood side to a stunning Eredivisie title, beating closest rivals PSV by 7 points. He proved to be the heart of Arne Slot's machine, dictating play with almost 84 passes per 90, plus huge ball progression figures and 10 goal involvements too. Only Ajax's Jurrien Timber touched the ball more than Kökçü across the entire season, while only Dusan Tadic produced more shot creating exciting actions. His signature is a huge coup for Benfica, but there will be some pressure on Kökçü's shoulders. At 30 million euros, he is simultaneously the Eagles' record signing and Feyenoord's record departure. But he is still only 22 and will have plenty of time to develop under the excellent Roger Schmidt. There is a 120 million euro release clause inserted into Kökçü's new contract, a huge sum, but knowing Benfica, that could easily be relevant one day. 1. Jude Bellingham to Real Madrid. Yes, it's the big one, Jude Bellingham to Real Madrid. Confirmed for a base fee of 103 million euros, which could rise higher with add-ons, Bellingham will one day become the most expensive English player of all time ahead of Jack Grealish, and the first to represent Los Blancos since David Beckham in 2007. Normally, we are very skeptical of transfers which break 9 figures, but on this occasion, the evidence shows Madrid have captured a superstar in the making that could run their midfield for over a decade. Only last season, Bellingham was named the Bundesliga midfielder of the season after scoring 8 and assisting 4 for Borussia Dortmund. However, those numbers don't display just how impressive Bellingham really was. An all-action midfielder, he ranked in the top 6 players in Germany for tackles and blocks, in the top 3 for progressive passes and passes into the final third, and first for successful take-ons. All achieved while still a teenager at 19. Flush with over 170 senior games already and 24 caps for England, a move to Madrid has only cemented his global status. Given his age, experience and impact so far, 103 million euros looks like a bargain. So that was our breakdown on the 10 smartest transfers that have already been completed ahead of next season, but let us know which ones we missed in the comments down below and maybe, just maybe, we'll do a part 2. If you haven't already, subscribe to Football Daily with notifications switched on, like this video if you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.